Principles for making money. There are real principles that you can use to make money. I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on coaches, classes, seminars, mentors, you name it, even college degrees. I've done all of it. But there are some key principles that you need to learn and know and master if you really want to just make money. Making money is not difficult. It is not complicated. It just requires you following these principles that I am going to outline in this video. Let's go.
Noel. Yeah, she can fix that. You gotta get it done, no, you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
So let's get right into it. I am a multimillionaire, entrepreneur, mentor, speaker, author, mama of 5, and so much more. But what draws most people to me is they know that I started off broke, bankrupt, living in my parents' basement. And I just started getting educated. I started going to classes. I started going to seminars. I started just dumbing myself down, realizing how stupid I really was and learning how to make money so that I never ended up in that same situation again. I never want to live in my parents' basement again. I love them and appreciate them for letting me do that, but I never want to have that happen to me again. And so I follow these principles, I make money, and I live the life that I deserve. So let me tell you how you get that done. Number 1, focus beats intelligence. So I used to think that you had to be really smart, that you had to be good at math and know numbers and all these genius people that you hear about, Warren Buffett and Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, and started to think like all of these people were really, really smart. And here's the fun part. They are not. Literally, I have met so many millionaires and billionaires, literally people that cannot even read. Okay, literally millionaires that cannot read, did not finish high school, things like that. And they have a lot of money because what they know and what they taught me is you have to focus. You have to pick a horse and ride it. So one of my mentors that really took me to the next level from 6 figures to 7, she said, pick a horse, meaning focus on one thing. Stop dabbling in everything. Stop doing this thing and this thing and this thing and that thing and doing all of these different things. If you just focus in on one thing, you actually can make a lot of money. But when you just start spreading yourself thin, trying every new thing that comes along, every new technology, every new side hustle, every new idea that pops in your head, you can't get wealthy and you really can't make money. But if you just stick to one thing, which for me, it was real estate, and I just keep doing year after year after year, I make millions. Even without YouTube, even without the internet, I have my real estate, I know how to use it, and I actually was able to create multiple streams of income by using my real estate and using my knowledge about real estate to make me even more money. So focus beats intelligence. Stop thinking that you have to be smart. Stop thinking that you have to know everything. You need these degrees, you need this certification. No, if you learn one thing really deeply and you focus and you don't quit, you will make money. Number 2, comparison is the thief of joy. Meaning, if you start comparing yourself to other people, you're never going to be happy. You have to stop counting other people's pockets, seeing how much money they make and thinking about how much money they make, worried about them, and start focusing on yourself. You cannot be happy. Even if you start making money, you can't be happy if you're worried about what somebody else is making. And in fact, that's actually going to kind of make you sad. The richer you get, the more rich people you will meet, and you will always find people that have more money than you. So comparing yourself to other people and worrying about what they are making and how much money they're making and all this other stuff and even how much they're charging for this, that, and the other, that's not going to do it. I have my coaching program. There are tons of other people that have a coaching program as well. I'm going to put a number on the screen. If you want coaching, text me. I have my prices and they are lower than some other people. They are also higher than some other people. I do not care. I'm not going to compare myself to other people and say, oh, well, they're making this amount of money, I need to do the same. I really had to learn that lesson because I started even just clicking on people's videos and going to people's conferences and trying to do things that they did, thinking that, oh, wow, they're doing more than me. They do multifamily and I'm still doing single family, or they're doing apartment buildings and I don't have any. Look, there are always going to be people that make more money than you. Stop worrying about that. Do not let comparison be the thief of your joy. Number 3, did you know that I used to have terrible credit, like terrible personal credit, to the fact where I could not get anything approved? Well, my friends at Creative Credit Solutions really helped me out. And they will give you a free consultation to see if they can help you too. You do not have to keep bad credit. It is very expensive. You're going to be paying more for cars. You're going to be getting declined for credit cards. You really cannot grow your wealth with bad personal credit. So if you really want business credit and to be a multimillionaire and all these amazing things that are available to you, it is time to fix your credit. Use the link below and call my friends at Creative Credit Solutions, because they will give you a free consultation and they may be able to help you fix your credit score in a matter of weeks. Literally, I was able to take my credit score up hundreds of points just by doing a few small things, and the expertise from my friends at Creative Credit Solutions really was the key. Again, 𝗨𝗱𝗲 wants you to have the best opportunity to be successful, and this will require good personal credit. So do not hesitate. Don't think that you can't do it. Just use the link in the description box and call my friends at Creative Credit Solutions. They are not credit repair people. They are credit restorations, and they will help you get the credit restored that you really need. Use the link below and let's get this done right now. Let's go. If money is your only goal, you're never going to have enough. If you want to make money, you have to bring value. And my next one, I'm going to actually talk about that quite a bit. But if you are always thinking about money and this number and always just worried and concerned and consumed by money, you're never going to have enough. And you'll always be moving the goalpost, meaning you wanted to make $10,000 a month. Be happy with your $10,000 per month. If mine was $83,333,000 per month, guess what? I'm really, really happy at those numbers. Yes, there are years that I've made more than that. One year I made like $4, $5, $6 million, and I tried to keep doing that. I couldn't even keep up that pace. I am one person. I have 5 kids, as I mentioned, 5 that I gave birth to, actually 7 in total when you count my bonus kids. I don't have time to be chasing and going to every event, speaking at every school, doing all of the things, taking every engagement, taking on every client, every customer. No, I had to focus on what made me happy and find that balance. So it can't always be about money, because like I said, you're just never going to have enough. For example, if I say I make on average $1.2, $1.5 million per year in my coaching business, that's all my goal is. I'm not going to take on 200 and 300 students and always be on the phone and always answering emails. I can only work with a limited amount of students. The rest of the students, they have to just buy my course or come to my event. That's it. That's what I can do. You get to set your rules. That's one of the reasons why you want to be an entrepreneur, so that you can own your time and you can have freedom. But you are not free if you are beholden to other people, even your clients. So start thinking about what number will make you happy. Once you reach that number, stop trying to just grow and grow unlimitedly, because guess what? That is not going to make you happy. Money alone is not going to make you happy. For me, it was time plus money that equals freedom. I wanted to be free. When I worked for corporate America, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase Bank, when I worked for all of those banks, I made decent money, 6 figures at every single one of those banks. But guess what? I didn't own my time. I couldn't get more money if I wanted it. I had to travel all the time. I was beholden to new bosses. They would move me to different departments, even tried to relocate me to Minnesota. I didn't want to live in Minnesota. Guess what? I had to realize that I wanted to be free. So when I created my own business and started focusing on my real estate rental properties and things like that, I had to decide what my number was and kind of be happy with that number. Yes, there were years it's way more than that, but it really never goes below that, because I know what my happy medium is. And it took me a few years to get to that, but I can maintain that with ease. I don't need to do everything. I don't need to be everywhere. I can do this. I can do that and get to what I want. Decide what that is for you. And do not start comparing yourself to other people and start focusing solely on money. Number 4, wait, hold up. You need to get your tickets to the Grow Your Wealth Bootcamp. Go to 𝗨𝗲𝗱𝗆𝗍𝗪bootcamp.com right now. Use the code EARLY to save 40% off tickets. Tickets are selling fast. This is a one-day event. It's virtual. You do not even have to leave your home to get this event. You do not even have to leave your home to come to this event and learn all the secrets to getting hundreds of thousands of dollars in business credit to take your business to the next level. I want you to make lots of money, and I want to teach you at this bootcamp. 𝗨𝗲𝗱𝗏𝗡𝗟𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗡.com. Go right now and use the code EARLY. There's always room for the best. When it comes to making money, people want to work with people that are good. The best is not the cheapest. You know that. And the cheapest is not usually the best. So yeah, you can charge lots of money for your products and services, and I encourage you to charge as much as you feel comfortable with. Okay, literally, there are no limits on what you can charge. There are people that charge $400 for a haircut. There are people that charge $100 for their shampoo. There are people that charge, you get what I'm saying, $100 an hour to walk your dog. And there's people that do it for $10 and $5. So again, there is no set price on what you can charge. But what I will tell you is that there is always room for the best. So if you are doing your best and you focus in, like I am saying for you to do, you will become really, really good at what you do, especially if you eliminate all of those distractions and you really focus in and get really good at one thing. Then you will be the best at it. I am one of the best YouTubers out there. I have so many subscribers and my channel has grown faster than most people's channels have. Why? Because I studied it. I invested a lot of money in it, and I take my time getting research, doing the videos, being prepared when I get in front of this camera. Again, there's always room for the best. Many people told me I would not be successful as a YouTuber because there were so many other people on YouTube talking about real estate and business. Well, guess what? They were wrong, because there's always room for the best. Same thing when it came to real estate investing. People told me so many people wholesale, so many people fix and flip. Well, guess what? I made sure I was really, really good at it. I studied. I worked on my scripts. I worked on the things that I said. I worked on it. I wanted to be the best. There's always room for the best. Number 5, you can't save your way to rich. A mentor told me this a long time ago, because everybody wants to save, save, save. And yes, I'm not saying spend all of your money, because obviously if you make all the money and you spend all the money, you won't actually ever have any. But saving is not a way to get rich. You cannot save your way to rich. In fact, you have to sell your way to rich. You have to be able to sell. You have to be able to market your products, or have someone on your team that can sell. And then you become a great marketer, a great voice for what you sell. Okay. And you become the voice or the face of what you sell, your product, your service, whatever it is. You have to be in the business of marketing. You have to be in the business of selling. Again, I say this as a successful entrepreneur, a multimillionaire, but also someone with an MBA. Like, I went to business school at Baylor University, and I know in most cases, if there is a business that is failing, sales pretty much fixes all problems. If you get more customers in the door, you get more money in the door, you can actually fix a lot of your operational problems and keep the business going. But if you have a decrease in sales and your numbers are going way down and you're not able to keep your customers, or you're not able to get them to buy again and different things like that, you are going to have a problem. So trying to go save your way to rich just does not work. You can put money aside. I'm not saying don't put some money aside. I'm also saying, though, you can actually borrow your savings. You don't have to actually save the money. I'm a big proponent of getting business credit, getting business funding, getting those lines of credit and not using them, keeping $100,000, $200,000 in a business line of credit available to you in case things go awry. You actually, of course, will have ups and downs in your business, and it takes time for you to get your business going. It will take time, it will take money, and it will take effort. But you saving money, thinking that that's going to get you rich, it's just not. Behavior is the thing holding you back. So if you want to get to the next level, you have to look at some of your behaviors. Many of us have these ways about us, and I'm going to speak for myself when I'm talking to you. I had many ways about me where I would be very easily annoyed or easily agitated, and I had to learn to become more patient and do a lot of the things that I do with my children, with my business, with my employees. I couldn't be popping off at people. I couldn't be yelling at them. I can't go off. I can't just ignore them and stop talking to them like I do with my husband or different things like that. I had to work on my behaviors. And for the most part, it is your behavior that is holding you back. Either you're not disciplined, either you're not doing the things that you need to do to make the money, or you are not actually going out to grow your business. In many cases, yes, mindset is important, and I will talk about that in just a second. But if your behavior does not match your mindset, then nothing is going to change for you. If you are someone that just sits around watching TV, gossiping, talking on the phone, social media, have like a lot of bad habits that you don't actually have good habits to counter, you're not going to be able to make money. If you want to make money, one of the principles that you need to learn and you need to embrace as something that is really important is that your behavior matters. You need to work on yourself on the inside. So a lot of times people think that, oh, I can be successful if I'm really pretty, or if I'm handsome, or, I smell good, I'm looking good, I work out at the gym. Guess what? The richest people in the world are not the most beautiful people. So it really has nothing to do with looks. It has nothing to do with gender. It has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with how tall you are. These things do not make you successful. And I don't care how many surveys they show you about people being tall or white or male and all these different things. That's just not true. Those are almost, to me, kind of like coincidental, because at the same time, if you have actions and you take the actions of successful people, then you too will get those same results. So you can watch the actions of successful people and copy them. That is one of the reasons why I focused in on going to seminars, conferences, classes. I got mentors, I got coaches, so that I could get really close to these people and see how they behave, see some of the actions that they did. I could see how they ran their programs. I could see how they marketed. I could read the emails that they sent. I can see how they communicated. I could then copy their success. I could copy their action. And so if you want to be successful, it's really awesome. And a shortcut would be to get into close proximity with someone that is successful in the thing that you want to be in. You're not going to be able to get successful being around unsuccessful people, or you can't get rich hanging around poor people. You can't get, fit hanging around people that are not fit. It's an easy concept to understand. It's just most of us don't take the action or have those behaviors to match that. So again, if you are not getting yourself to that next level, or you feel stuck in the level that you are in, it's most likely due to your behaviors. There's an amazing book called What Got You Here Won't Get You There. I read that book. A lot of the principles that I put out there are based on that book, because that was one of the things that was keeping me from 8 figures and 9 figures, is that I would have these 6-figure habits. I would just do, I would go off. I would not tell my employees things. I would keep all the information to myself. I didn't necessarily want to tell everybody everything, because I felt like, they would use the information, or they would take it and go to their own coaching program, or whatever. I thought I was wrong. I had to fix my behavior. Your behaviors is usually what's holding you back. Number 7, mindset matters. Yes, although I just said you have to do the behaviors and take action, your mind is what's going to control that. I really could have switched these two, because usually if you have a terrible mindset, you think that, cynical, you think very sarcastically, you are very doubtful, or you don't trust people, that is not a mindset that is going to lead you to the behavior that you need to be to make money. If you want to make money, you have to think positively about money, and you have to think positively about people that have money. You cannot think that everyone that has money scams people, or I'm not going to pay for that course, I'm just going to buy it, use it, and then ask for my money back. Those are not the mindsets that will lead to the behaviors that are going to make you money. If you are someone that is always trying to cheat or scam, or you don't believe, you won't be successful. You have to start believing in other people because you believe in yourself. You have to trust other people because you trust yourself. If you trust yourself and you're positive and you're optimistic about yourself, you can be optimistic and positive about other people too. So don't think that, oh, I know that I could do it, but I don't think they can do it. No, that doesn't work. That's just projecting. What you think about others is really what you think about yourself. Mindset matters. Number 8, make money actively before making money passively. Now, this is a very, very important principle to making money. Most people want to go out and make passive income, and they love clicking on the videos about passive income. But the truth of the matter is you have to actively do things before you go to the passive. Let me give you an example. When I started in real estate, I had to do wholesaling, then fixing and flipping before I went to rental properties that had property managers. I had to do active things, calling up sellers, sending out letters, talking to them, getting contracts. I had to actively do things. I couldn't just sit on my butt behind a computer and think that money is going to come to me. That's just not how it works. You have to actively go and do things. You have to actively learn things. And then once you know how to actively make money, then you can move on to the passive things like setting things on automation and having other people do it for you, hiring others, because again, you cannot hire people to do things that you just have no knowledge of. You won't know if they actually did it. You won't know if it's done correctly. You won't know if they're charging you appropriately for it. Like, it just does not work. If you really want to be a great entrepreneur, you need to do things. You can't just sit on your butt and think that money is going to come to you. Yes, once you get your machine going, you get your business going, you can take a break. You can go on vacations. You can relax. You can hire others to do stuff. Absolutely, that is what the next step is. You do not have to have a business where you do everything forever. But in the beginning, if you're truly wanting to be successful, you got to get in there. You got to roll up those sleeves and you got to do stuff. You have to be active before you can go passive. Number 9, there's no room for ego. So when you are having your own business, you always are so worried about what other people think. And again, I am speaking for myself and some of the things that held me back from the millionaire that you see today. Broke people care what other people think. Rich people couldn't care less. Ego is not a part of it. So I'm not saying go ahead and brag to everybody and tell everybody what you're doing. Again, that's ego. But what I am saying is you cannot be afraid of no's. You cannot be afraid of rejection. You cannot care that your business is not successful from day one. You cannot care that you put out a video and only got 7 views, or you launched a product and only 7 people bought it. Guess what? That's how everyone starts. No one just comes out the gate and they're rich. That's just not how it works. No one just comes onto YouTube and bam, I have 1 million subscribers. It takes videos after video after video, and it takes years to build on it. But once it's built, you can coast. Okay, you can coast. You can go very passive where you don't have to do so much work that you did in the beginning. However, if you are an ego person where you always have to look good, you always have to be the best, baby, you're not going to be successful in anything, and you surely can't make money, because most cases when it comes to making money, it is a law of averages. You are looking for 10 no's so that you can get that 1 yes. You have to do many, calls or sales calls before you get someone to do it. Even if you're a lawyer, a doctor, a dentist, even, like high-end people, they don't just come to the office and give people money. They have to talk to people, send out proposals, send out offers, send out dental plans. Like, I love going to the dentist, and my dentist cannot just send me this dental plan and say, oh, here's $10,000 worth of work that you need on your teeth. I'm going to then go to another dentist. And guess what? He had to probably send lots and lots of those dental plans out to people before he starts making money. He cannot just think that everyone that comes into his office is going to just give him money. You have to actually make offers. You actually have to make more offers in order to get more sales. It is a numbers game. So that is why I have lots of offers out there. I have books, I have this, I have events, I have coaching, I have rental properties. I have so many different offers for people, and that is how I make lots of money. But everyone that clicks on my website does not book my properties. Everyone that comes to my event does not sign up for my coaching, nor would I want that. You have to know that you have to take the ego out of it. You're going to get a lot of no's, more no's than yes. Just like a lion, in the savannah, he is going to chase after lots of gazelles. He is not going to catch every one of them. They're going to have to go after, 7, 8 times before they get one of them. And that's completely okay. The same thing works with money. You don't care about the no's. You actually welcome all of those no's. But you can't have this big ego where that tears you down or makes you feel bad, because that is a part of the formula for making money. You have to accept the rejection. You have to accept the no's. So you have to get rid of your ego. Number 10, and this is the biggest money making principle there is. Hopefully you stay here to the end, because this is really the one that will make you millions of dollars. Solve big problems. So one of the things that I started to do to make lots of money was solve problems. I would solve people's property problems. So if you were behind on your mortgage payments, if you're going through a divorce, if you're facing foreclosure, if mom got sick, if there's some house that's dilapidated and falling down, guess what? That is how I made a lot of money. First, I was doing wholesaling. Then I would do fix and flips. Then I have rental properties. Now I have short-term rentals. Now I teach on real estate. I have books. I have events. I have all of these things, though. But it started from solving a big problem. One of the things that I learned, and that really got me into real estate, where I said, this is my horse that I am going to ride to the winner's circle, was that I had went through foreclosure. As I've mentioned before, I was broke, bankrupt, had multiple foreclosures, had bad credit. I lived in my parents' basement. I was taken down by the 2008 housing crash. Well, guess what? When I moved into my parents' basement, moved back to Connecticut, I just started educating myself. This is when I learned what I was doing wrong. I humbled myself enough to realize that I was a complete idiot and I was trying to fix and flip houses with a full-time job and no education. I literally was flipping houses from the information that I got off of HGTV, which only really talks about the renovations, never really teaching me how they got the house. Well, when I went to classes and conferences and seminars, that is what they focused on. You need to find distressed sellers and you need to bring them value. And the bigger the problem, the better it is for you. So the further they were past due on their mortgage, the closer they were to foreclosure, if they had a bankruptcy that was looming, if they had lost their job, if they were sick and they needed to go to the hospital, if the roof was falling in, again, the more property problems there were, the more money there was for me. So when I learned how to be a solution to those people's problems, then the money came. Then once I started doing it, I just started doing small events. People wanted to say, how do you, wanted to learn, how do you fix and flip these houses? Well, let's go on a little bus tour. I'll show you some of the houses that I'm flipping. I started doing this in Dallas and we would take them on a little van. I would show them my contractors. I would show them how much money I paid. I would show them the hard money loans. I would give them different lenders, tell them what the interest rates were. I would teach them the entire process. Guess what? That is the only real way to learn how to fix and flip a house. Yes, you can learn a lot by watching YouTube. I have entire playlists where I've taught you all of what I learned because, again, I can teach more of you on YouTube than I can just taking a couple of you guys on a bus or a van. But at the same time, when I did that, taking people on the van, I made a lot of money. I was solving a big problem for them. Many people wanted to learn how to fix and flip houses, but they realized they don't teach this in school. There aren't really any classes for them. Watching HGTV is not the answer. All of those fix and flip shows are complete nonsense. That is not going to teach you how to fix and flip homes. So again, take the knowledge that I had from the foreclosure, learn how to find people that were in pre-foreclosure, make lots of money wholesaling, start fixing and flipping houses, make lots of money that way, then start teaching people something that they can't learn in school. Again, all of these things made me a lot of money, but it was solving big problems that existed out in the marketplace. Most of the businesses that you see, whether it be service businesses, whether it be product businesses, they solve a big problem. And you have to find, however your product or service is, what big problem it's solving. And again, your business, your product is the solution for that problem. So again, you want to make lots of money. Think of problems that people are having and then figure out how your business, your product, your service is the solution for that. All right, one more thing. You need to come to the Grow Your Wealth Bootcamp. One of the things that catapulted me to the next level was getting business funding and building business credit. I literally started my own business using my savings, using money. I had to make the money to reinvest it. And now today you have the opportunity to build business credit without even using your social security number. You can build business credit. You can get lots of money in business funding and not even affect your own personal credit with it. This will allow you to 10x your business using other people's money, and it will make your business so much stronger. Most businesses fail because they don't have enough money. So come to the Grow Your Wealth Bootcamp. Go to growyourwealthbootcamp.com and get your tickets right now. Use the code EARLY to save 40% on tickets. This is a virtual event. You do not have to leave your home. It is all day. I'm going to teach you how to build business credit, how to use it, what to put on applications, the whole nine, so that you can get approved for not only business credit, but also business funding, different credit cards, lines of credits, loans. All of that is available to you, even with a new business. Most people do not even know this exists, and they don't even know what they should be buying with their business credit to get them even more money so that they can create wealth and a business that they have year after year after year. The event is on May 10th, 2025. It's all day from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'm going to be teaching. I'm going to be sharing all the secrets. It's going to be very interactive. You can ask your questions. You need to get your tickets because we have a limited space because, like I said, this is a virtual event. It's live streamed. It's not a YouTube video. It's not recorded. It is a real live stream event where I'm going to be teaching you all of the secrets on getting business credit, getting business funding, and how to use that to get real estate and other assets should you want to do that. You can grow your wealth. You can be very wealthy. You do not have to depend on other people for a job or to make money. Get your tickets right now to the Grow Your Wealth Bootcamp right now and use the code EARLY to save 40% on your tickets. This is an amazing event that you do not want to miss, and this event is one time only. GrowYourWealthBootcamp.com. Why? Because I want to make sure that you have all of the knowledge, all of the resources, and all of the tools that you need to be successful. This is Noelle. To your success.